Over here, Snake. Over here, Snake.
Big Boss? You're alive?
Snake, welcome home, my son.
You're no father of mine.
Snake, you are my son, though I'm surprised they never told you.
What are you talking about?
You're always my favorite, born into this world to be my successor, to carry on my legacy. I taught you everything, all that you needed to be the world's greatest soldier, the weapon to surpass Big Boss, to lead the world into a new order.
No, I came here to end this, and this time, for good.
Sure about that, Snake? You've been on the battlefield, tasted the exhilaration, the tension. It's become a part of you. It's defined your very existence up to this point. Has it not? The warrior within you thrives on it. Believe me, I know. Who else would have such confidence in coming back? It's okay, Snake. I understand it. We crave the thrill of battle, the adrenaline rush when challenging death's hand. We care nothing for power, politics, money, even sex. The only thing that satisfies our cravings is war. All I've done is given you a place for it, a reason to live. To be who you are, my son.
You don't know me.
Snake, you are but another victim of war and bred for it. You saw those children, didn't you? Each one brought here to escape the hell they grew up in. One day like you, they'll make fine soldiers.
You're insane. You're saving children to turn them into soldiers?
War is inevitable. Peace is an illusion, an interim between conflict that guarantees men like us a place in this world. It gives us purpose, our raison d'etre.
That's the difference between you and I. For you, there can be no endgame. How much time do you think you have left? Your legacy will be nothing more than to die like a dog on the battlefield.
We all die, Snake, but our purpose, our legacy in this world will live.
Maybe you're right. You and I are nothing more than victims of war. But unlike you, I refuse to let it kill me before I die.
Not yet, perhaps. On the battlefield, you and I are valuable commodities. But back home, we're nothing but dead weight. You know this. If we're lucky, we might get the attention of some two-bit journalist from a cheap tabloid. Then we spend the rest of our lives unable to escape the thought of the next time we can lace up our boots. That's why you're here.
No, I'm here because today you and your legacy end.
The loser is merely liberated from the battlefield. The survivor will live the rest of his days as a soldier.
That'll be for me to decide.
You expect to beat me in your condition with no weapon.
Never give up. Fight until the end. Always believe you will succeed, even when the odds are against you. Those are your words.
Touching. Though I had so much more to teach you than a few platitudes.
Then stand down.
You still have your heart. We'll replace that with sheer will.
Boss, don't make me do this.
Snake, you were always my favorite.
Kessler, what do you know about Big Boss?
Big Boss? There's not a mercenary in the world who hasn't heard of him. He's like a god. A living legend.
Kessler?
Okay. Rumor has it Big Boss barely escaped his brush with death in outer heaven. NATO's bombs cost him both his hands, both feet, his right eye, and his left ear. How he survived that? Anyway, the Soviets picked him up in a refugee camp north of Kindra.
How did they find him?
Scouts from Soviet site KRN-170.
Bioweaponry.
They found their perfect candidate. They used him as a prototype in Magner's Snatcher project, which explains his cybernetic components. Part man, part machine. Going face to face with him is suicide. Just give up, Snake. Over and out.
You can't hide from me, Snake.
An insurmountable fall from grace. Snake, your primary mission objective now is to eliminate Big Boss.
Colonel, he said something about being my father.
Your father?
I don't want to believe it, but if it's true, everything I am.
Snake, snap out of it. You need to focus on the mission. I promise we'll have answers for you soon.
What should I do?
Big Boss is a survivalist expert, a guerrilla fighter. When it comes to CQC, he's got you outmatched head on. Take advantage of your surroundings, use the element of surprise, Snake. There has to be something close by you can use.
Snake, despite what that man says, this is what I've trained you for.
Master, I've picked up a few items, but it's just a bunch of junk. A CD, a lighter, some pods, an NES cartridge, and a can of lacquer spray.
Did you say a lighter and a can of lacquer spray? You can use those to make a makeshift flamethrower. Find a place to hide and strike when the time is right.
Come out, Snake. You can't hide forever. It's not over yet. It's not over. Not yet. It's not over. It's not over, Snake. It's not over.